Hi everybody, it's Yvonne here, and welcome to my channel. Today I'd like to share with you how I made this easy card. Very fancy and so forth, but it's super easy to make, and I'm going to show you how easy this is. What you're going to need for this particular project, this card making, is a card base. You're going to need a piece of cardstock, color of your choice, and you're going to, what I did here is I just took out of Stampin' Up! Their butterfly thin lights die. I took the smallest one there was. That is the cutout for this particular die. And my stamps are from the Simply Card and Paper Craft, issue number, let me see, issue number 193. And I'm using their stamps that came inside, and that's the Country Diary of an Edward Lady. And I'm not quite sure that's the name of it. The Inspiring Ideas for You, the Country Diary of Edward Lady, yeah, trademark. So it's super pretty. It's got, I don't know if you can tell from there, but it's got birds, and it's got dragonflies and flowers and butterflies, and which inspired me to go on and making this card. So to start, what you're going to need to do is you just got a regular card of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. You can do it by hand, or if you want, you can use a scoring board. And at the halfway point, which is 4 1/4, so it would be 2 2/8, or 1 2, yeah, 1.2, like this. And I don't want this one, but I want this one, and I'm going to just score it down. Now you could eyeball this. It doesn't need to be scored per se. And then you are going to fold it backwards onto itself, like that. That's simple. And here you have the card, just like this. Okay? Now the only thing left to do is to fill in the blanks. So you're going to take a piece of cardstock. Doesn't matter what color. It depends on your color scheme. And I'm going to cut this down. Now this base is 4 1/2 by 5 1/2. So I'm going to cut it down at 4, because I like to have a little light frame around it, like this. 4 by 5 1/4. Taking 1/4 inch off each side to the base card. So it will look like this, sitting inside. Now, I forgot to mention, we're going to need some white cardstock also. And the white cardstock is going to be, we cut first the purple one at 4, so we're going to cut this one at 3 3/4. 3 3/4, and this is from my leftover stash. There you go. Oh, did I do that right? 3 3/4? I believe so. By 3 3/4 by 5, which will give me the center panel for this piece here. Now for this one here, is we took half of this. So if this is 4 1/4, this is 2 2/8. So I'm going to take a piece of cardstock here, and I'm going to go 2 2/8, which is 2 plus 2 marks, like this. And this is 5 1/2, so I want it at 5 1/4. 5 1/4. That completes this panel, I believe, unless my measurements are wrong. My measurements are wrong. Hold on here. 2 1/4 is 2. 2 and 2 is 4. See, I make mistakes too. Oh, that's 2.2. It's 2.2. That's right. How big is this? I thought this is 2. Okay, this is 2.2. So we're going to do this at 1 1 7/8 is my marking. So again, to recap, what we're going to do is cut this piece at 1 7/8 by 5. Okay? So now we have this piece, which is going to fit comfortably in here. And now I need to cut a white piece of cardstock. So we're going to use the white cardstock here. And if that is cut at 1 7/8, this one here will be cut at 1 3/8. 1 by 3/8. Pardon me. 1 by 3/8 by 4 3/4. There you go. So, as you can tell, I learn along the way with you guys too. That's the whole idea. It's just creating together. And that creates my base for this part. So now, it's to decorate the front part. So here, all I did, now you can use whatever you want. You can use whatever you want on this particular project, if you have an oval, if you have whatever. But I have a 2 and 2.5 inch top punch. So I'm going to use my 2-inch punch here. And on the white, I'm going to use my 2-inch punch. And I believe I can do that with this, yes. So that is that easy. And these are just, whatever you call them, EK, and this one here is Stampin' Up. It's a 2.5 and a 2-inch punch. I love my punches. I find they're easy to get to, and for me, I even find them easier than using the dies. I just find it's easy just to pop off. So let's keep going. I have my card here, and we're going to replicate it here. So what I did here is I took, these are my pieces, I took into this particular stamp, put a note here, you just play with it. I took this particular stamp here, which they don't necessarily have a name other than that, and I just played on the white cardstock and made an image like this. So all I did was just randomly stamped it. Get my stamp pad out right here. Like my little stamp pad, it just gives enough. It's silicone, so it's easy to wash off if I go over the board and that. So I just did this and continue. Just there's no rhyme or reason. It's just a matter of what I liked. So I could just play with it like that. And it's that easy. You can do more, do less. It's up to you. It's whatever you like. That easy. Then what I did is I took the butterfly, which is in this set here, which is this one here, is what I took, and did the same thing. Just added it on. Now, you don't have to have this set. If you have a butterfly stamp, just adjust to the sizes that you have, and it'll do exactly the same thing as what I'm doing right here. Then I took the other butterfly, which is just a little on the side, landing on the flower. I thought it would be kind of cute. So I added this one here, and again, got it all done up with some ink, and I just added it on top like this. And that, my friends, is how it ended up. Then I colored it to the colors that I wanted, and you can cut it whichever way you want. It really doesn't matter. And in this particular case, I used pinks and purples and greens and for the flowers. And then I took my purple piece and my good old tape gun, and I just centered that onto, I can show you how to color, but I'm sure most of you guys know how to color anyway, because you could even take some crayons. You don't need to have markers. You could even take some crayons, color crayons, and just bring it to town, because they're so pretty, so pretty. You could leave it black if you wanted to. Really, there's no rhyme or reason. I just want to show you how simple it is to make a card that looks like you've put a lot of hours in, and it's really simple. Add that on inside the card like so, and then we do the same thing with the second piece. Now the second piece here is, you can do whatever you want, but I did the same thing. I took a piece of, in fact on this one here, I took the lilac, I believe, the stem. I think it's a lilac stem, but I'm not, I don't know my flowers very well, so, I mean, I know some, but I'm not a gardener, so, and all I did was stamp that inside like this, and I added to this, I just added another little leaf on the side, but just make sure that's dry, and I added it to this piece here, like that, in the center, like this, and I colored it. And then, I mean, it doesn't take, I'm sure you can see what I did. I just took that and glued it on to my front panel, like this. See how pretty that is? Even like that, it's pretty. And then you take your circle, whatever you did here. You could have made a square. If you don't have any cutters or any punches, don't fret. Just take a ruler and cut a square, and it'll do exactly the same thing. Now, what I did here is I use as much as I can from this beautiful stamp set, and I added it to the block. And I knew it was going to over stamp on this thing, but that was okay with me. And I just added some ink, and I centered it as much as I could, like that. And I ended up with a flower like this, which is just what's in here. Then I attached this on this, like this. Like that. Then I took my good old butterfly and I ran it through my Big Shot. And here is my butterfly. So I'm going to take that out and I'm going to poke out all the little extras. I use my brush, and this brush is from Spellbinders. I just find, I'm doing it over my garbage can here, I just find it's really easy to brush out the pieces that need to be popped out of there. When I brush, it just kind of comes off. Now I could do it on this here too, on the mat, and it would work the same, but I end up with the mat being all full of pieces, and I don't like that. So I chose to do it this way, but you guys do it the way you think you should do it. And then all I did at this point is I attached this to this. And now you could attach this on the bottom. You don't have to do it in the center. You could do it on the top. Just to show you, I am going to go halfway. You got to look at your flowers to make sure that you want the flower at the right. You don't want to make the flower not fit properly. So I'm just doing, what I mean by properly is that you don't want a flower, depending on what you use, you don't want it upside down. So all I did was center it like this, and then I just took some glue here and added it here, and just, now this one here I'm going to put on the bottom instead of the top, because if I put it on the top, it'll pull out, and then it's hard for you to be able to mail it after. So this is the card in a nutshell. It's so easy to make, as you can tell, and look at the beautiful card. It's got dimension, it's got texture to it. It's beautiful just like that. And it's so simple to make. So I thought I'd share that with you guys to show you how simple, quick you can make a card by just using what you already have. One card base, a couple of pieces on top, just stamp it with whatever image. I did greenery and butterflies, but you could do whatever you wanted to. It's whatever you have on hand and whatever you like, because what I like may not be what you like, and so forth. That's the whole idea with crafting. So this is Yvonne, and I'm going to leave you with that. I hope you've enjoyed this quick little tutorial on how to make a beautiful card, swing card. And I don't know if you call that a swing card, but that's what I'm going to call it. And I hope you've enjoyed this. And if you do like it, please subscribe to my channel. I'm new, and I could use some subscriptions, yes. But all in all, I thank you for your time, to take the time to watch this. And this is me saying goodbye to you guys until next week, and have a great day, but most importantly, be happy. Ciao.